this channel. Thank you guys a lot for all the support you gave me on the last video, which I hope you enjoyed. This is gonna be part 2 to What If Deku Was Saitama's Son. Now roll the intro. Before we start, if you didn't watch part 1, go watch it. But anyways, I'll be doing a recap to the last part. So in the last part, Saitama sees a beast and attacks it. Saitama then goes to this beast's planet and sees many of his species. He defeats all of them and the leader attacks him. Saitama punches a hole in the space, ripping the space-time continuum under him. He falls into that hole, which leads him into the My Hero Academia universe. He eventually gets married to Inko, and Saitama trains Deku after he becomes 4. Now we're at the start of the anime, and Deku gets attacked by the sludge villain, but this time Bakugo is with him. The villain goes for Bakugo, but Deku jumps in the way and crushes both of the villain's eyes. Bakugo starts walking again and asks Deku, "How did you react so fast?" Deku answers him, "I just saw you in trouble, and it's like my body moves on its own when I see somebody in danger." Deku doesn't hear Bakugo, so he says, "Kachan?" He looks behind him and sees that he's being taken over by the sludge villain, which is in rage since it got both of its eyes crushed. At that moment, All Might appears and throws a Texas smash at the sludge villain. But before All Might can stop his punch, Deku jumps in front of him and tanks the punch. All Might thought this kid had a teleportation quirk, but Deku's dead. Deku then pulls Bakugo out of the sludge villain and flicks his finger at it, and it's obliterated to microscopic particles. All Might is stunned by this and doesn't believe it. He says the only person who could do this was a man he fought 14 years ago, which was Deku's dad, but All Might doesn't know that Saitama is Deku's father. All Might feels a resemblance, though, between Saitama and Deku. By the way, I forgot to say this, but Deku started losing his hair, and he asked his dad what's happening. His dad told him this is the price you have to pay to gain your strength. Deku goes to the doctor, and the doctor gives him a pill for hair growth, and his hair never falls off again. So let's get back to the story. After Deku carries an unconscious Bakugo, All Might goes up to Deku. Who is your father?" he asks him. Deku is surprised by this. He didn't see All Might, but then he remembers he blocked one of his punches, but he didn't notice him because he was too busy saving Bakugo. Bakugo then wakes up and they both ask for All Might's autograph. Deku tells All Might that his father is Saitama. As Deku tells All Might about this, he sees a bit of smoke coming out of All Might. Deku is about to ask All Might, "What is it?" but All Might jumps off. Deku tells Bakugo about this, and he tells him, "Let's go after him." Bakugo wants to go with Deku, but he's in no condition to go. Bakugo tells him, "Sorry, I can't, I'm exhausted." Deku sees this, so he carries Bakugo and jumps after All Might. When All Might gets to the top of a building, he deflates into Small Might form. Bakugo and Deku both see this as they jump onto that roof. When they ask All Might what is it and what happened to him, All Might has no choice but to tell them about his injury. He also asks Deku, "Will you take my power?" Deku refuses, but then he tells All Might that his friend is worthy of having it. He's talking about Bakugo, of course. All Might just accepts, and All Might decides to give Bakugo his power, and Bakugo is able to take it right away since he was in amazing shape. He used to train with Deku since he was 7. So All Might gives Bakugo One For All. Bakugo can control One For All, but obviously not 100%. He can use 15% on one of his body parts. He spars with Deku every week, and Deku notices that Bakugo should be more agile. He also notices that he's using one for all in one of his body parts. Deku then asks him, "Kachan, why don't you use it on all of your body?" Bakugo then says, "How did I not think of that? By the way, this is 5 months before the UA entrance exam. When Bakugo uses full Cowling, he can use 12% of it. So Bakugo has 5 months to train with full Cowling. He works so hard with All Might and Deku that by the time the UA entrance exam comes, he can use 13% of it. It might not seem like a great change, but it's actually a decent boost to his power. So the UA entrance exams are right around the corner. Deku has done really well on the written exams because he can't overtrain. So instead of getting 50 to 60%, he got from 95 to 100%. He's really happy with his score and is super excited for the practical exam because he has a plan to attract the most attention. When President Mike is about to say go, Deku pushes himself in front of the gate. So as President Mike says go and the gates open, Deku flicks his finger so hard that the pressure destroys the whole city and all the robots, and all the students are blown back by this. You might not think Deku can do this, but in the One Punch Man anime, Saitama could definitely do that, and he's only had 3 years to train. This Deku had 10 years to train, so he's very capable. All the pros watching are amazed by how powerful this kid is. It didn't even look like he was trying that hard, all of them say. Everybody thinks not even All Might can do that. The only person that might be able to defeat him was Eraserhead, because they thought this was some type of quirk. Someone actually catches this on camera, and everybody sees it. They have to repeat the exam for the rest of the students. In this, Deku is just watching. Bakugo is able to get 200 points. Not only does he have explosions, which got him 80 points in the original, but he also has one for all, full Cowling at 13%, which also enhances his explosion quirk. I forgot to say that, but Bakugo was in a different test than Deku. After seeing Bakugo win first place, he goes to check out the group he was supposed to be with, to see how powerful their quirks are. Deku notices that all of them are doing well, but then the 0-point robot comes, and Deku sees a girl that is about to be crushed, and there's rubble over her so she can't move. He thinks someone from the students will save her, but they're all running away. He thinks to himself, the people controlling the robot must have it under control. But he looks at the control panel, and the people are panicking and running around the room. He sees the robot is out of control and is about to kill the girl. Time runs out, and he sees All Might jump to save her, but he knows that All Might won't make it in time. So Deku, without thinking, jumps and punches the robot, obliterating it just like that. Deku then goes up to Uraraka, aka Ochaku, and takes the rubble off of her with ease. She notices that this is the kid that destroyed all the robots and buildings with a flick of a finger. She's exhausted because of how much she used her quirk and how long she was trapped under the rubble. Deku carries her to the medical team so they can help her, but she faints. After Deku makes sure Uraraka's alright, they exchange names and he goes home. When he gets home, he thinks to himself, how did the robot malfunction? And it looked like it was bending down to pick her up. Deku pushes all the thoughts aside from his mind and goes to sleep. After a week, he gets a letter from All Might, or from UA, telling him that he passed. The first day of UA rolls around, and when Deku enters the classroom, he's happy to see Bakugo. Everyone in his class starts gathering around him, asking him how is he that powerful, and what's his quirk. He just tells them, I'm quirkless. The room goes quiet, and then Kirishima steps up and asks him, then how did you get this powerful? He just tells him, hard work. Aizawa hears this and he's really impressed. He says to himself, if this kid is honest, then he's something else. Aizawa goes into the classroom and tells everybody that they're gonna do a test, and last place gets expelled. Everybody starts complaining, but then Aizawa stares at them, letting his bloodlust out. Everyone quiets in fear. When they go outside, Aizawa throws Deku a ball and tells him, since you got the highest score by destroying all the robots, you go first. Aizawa activates his quirk on Deku to see if he's actually quirkless. Deku throws the ball to outer space and it floats there, so he gets infinity. Everybody's super impressed by this. Next is Bakugo's turn. He gets 1,953.9 meters. Everybody thinks of him as amazing, but they're not that impressed because Deku did way better and he's quirkless. Everybody else goes and then they get the same thing as in the original. I don't know exactly what the order is, but for the long jump, Deku asks Aizawa, how far do you want me to jump? Aizawa says 1 kilometer. Aizawa then goes to that 1 kilometer mark, and then Deku jumps right to him. Bakugo gets really high too. Obviously, Deku gets first place in the whole exam, in the quirk assessment test, so they all go to class after that and continue on with their day. Okay, this is where I'm gonna end part 2 to this series. Thank you guys for watching and I hope you enjoyed. This is Anime OP signing off.